Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. General Hospital spoilers. 6 guilt-ridden Sam mourners. These characters will feel the worst after disaster strikes. General Hospital, GH, spoilers reveal that Sam McCall's, Kelly Monaco, tragic outcome will come as a huge shock to those closest to her. Sam's part in this transplant was supposed to be pretty simple, but things seem poised to take a very complex and disturbing turn. Some alarming news will come for Sam's family during the week of October 28-November 1, so that should be the beginning of the end. It looks like Sam's post-surgery updates will set the stage for her demise and plenty of regrets. With that in mind, we should think about who'll feel the worst after disaster strikes. Here are 6 guilt-ridden Sam mourners that the show will focus on. None of this is Rocco Falconeri's FinCare fault, but he's going to feel terrible anyway. GA spoilers say Rocco will already be dealing with guilt on November 1, so he'll no doubt blame himself for any role he played in pushing Sam into this transplant. Rocco may feel like Sam wouldn't have taken the risk if he hadn't been so desperate to save Lulu Spencer, Alexa Havens. Now that Danny Morgan, Steve Furton, and Scout Quartermain, Cosette Abinant, are going to lose their own mom instead, Rocco will struggle over that trade. Of course, Dan Falconeri, Dominic Zamprogna, will also struggle since the cost of saving Lulu will be losing Sam. Although Dante will be relieved over Lulu pulling through, he may still end up wishing he'd stopped Sam's sacrifice before things ended so tragically. As soon as we heard Sam would sign a waiver to make sure Lucas Jones, Van Hansis, could do her surgery, we smelled trouble. You can bet Lucas will feel absolutely horrible for not being able to save Sam when it all goes wrong. Molly Lansing Davis, Kristen Vaginos, is another character who'll be racked with guilt after Sam's horrible outcome. Since Molly skipped visiting Sam before the surgery, she missed out on a chance to see her one last time and make amends following their recent conflict. Christina Corinthos Davis, Kate Mancy, is in the same boat as Molly since her last conversation with Sam took a tense turn too. Alas, Christina didn't show up at GH to support Sam either, so regrets will haunt her and could drive her down a terrible path. Lulu herself will feel the guiltiest of all down the road when she awakens and learns what happened. It may leave Lulu wishing Sam had skipped the transplant and just let her perish instead, especially since Lulu will hate seeing Dante and Rocco in so much pain. General Hospital spoilers say Sam's exit will leave behind a trail of grief and remorse, so stick with us for more predictions on how it'll all go down. In General Hospital, when tragedy strikes Port Charles, no one is immune from the emotional fallout. Disaster can bring out the hidden depths in even the toughest characters, and when it comes to a beloved figure like Sam McCall, the repercussions of her loss, or a near loss, are bound to reverberate through every corridor of GH, pulling in friends, family, lovers, and enemies alike. Here are 6 characters whose guilt and grief might overwhelm them after a tragic incident involving Sam. 1. Jason Morgan, haunted by a love lost and a promise unkept. For Jason Morgan, Sam is more than just a friend or an ex. She's the woman he's always loved, the one who sees beyond his stone-cold exterior. If tragedy were to take her away, Jason's guilt would run soul-deep. The constant back and forth of their relationship has left a sea of what-ifs between them. Jason might be haunted by thoughts of all the moments he could have been there for her but wasn't. Perhaps he chose another mission, another person to protect, assuming Sam would always be there waiting. The idea that he might have been able to prevent this disaster, if he had just been there one last time, would linger, making every breath feel like a betrayal to her memory. 2. Dante Falconeri, wrestling with unspoken emotions and missed chances. Dante and Sam's relationship has always simmered beneath the surface, a complex web of friendship and mutual respect with an unspoken undercurrent. Since his return to Port Charles, they've built a strong bond, and his feelings for her have often been clear, if understated. If Sam were to be lost in a disaster, Dante's regret would come in waves. Of the words left unsaid, the truths he never voiced, and the future he could have had with her. His sorrow would be magnified by a sense of duty to avenge or protect her, likely pushing him to dangerous lengths. Dante would wrestle with the gnawing feeling that he never truly allowed himself to embrace his love for her, fearing it would only lead to pain. Now that pain is all he's left with. 3. Alexis Davis. The mother's pain for Alexis. Losing Sam would be a nightmare that she's never truly escaped since she lost Christina once. Her complicated history with her daughters has left Alexis prone to guilt, and with Sam, those feelings are doubled. Alexis would blame herself for every misstep, every missed warning, every moment of strained distance. Her mind would reel through all the times she failed to protect Sam, feeling as though she let her down as a mother. Alexis' heart would be split between seeking redemption for herself and vengeance for her daughter. Perhaps it would propel her to dive headfirst into legal battles or dangerous dealings with those responsible, a twisted catharsis in her relentless pursuit of justice for Sam. 4. Elizabeth Weber. The burden of friendship and resentment. Liz and Sam have had a tumultuous relationship, moving from rivals to tentative allies, even friends, through the years. Losing Sam would leave Liz with a confusing mix of emotions, a bitter cocktail of guilt and grief. Their rivalry often came down to their shared history with Jason, and now, in the face of Sam's absence, all of Liz's resentment would feel petty and hollow. She would find herself reflecting on moments she might have wronged Sam, on all the tension that never fully resolved. Elizabeth's guilt would gnaw at her, making her question whether her stubbornness or jealousy ever created rifts that shouldn't have existed. As a nurse, she's no stranger to loss, but this one would hit differently, dragging her into a spiral of regret and sorrow. 5. Christina Corinthos Davis. The sister's grief for Christina. Sam is not just a sister, but also a protector, a confidant, and an anchor. The thought of losing her would be earth-shattering. Christina has always looked up to Sam, despite their differences, and her guilt would spring from all the little squabbles, all the times she took Sam for granted. This would be a pivotal turning point for Christina. She'd find herself stepping into a new level of maturity, driven by the desire to honor her sister's memory. But it wouldn't come without suffering. Christina's grief might spiral into self-destructive habits as she attempts to numb the pain, or it could fuel a relentless pursuit to seek justice, her determination to make Sam proud pushing her into uncharted territory. 6. Carly Spencer. The unexpected ally. Though Carly and Sam have had their share of friction, Carly's respect for Sam has grown over the years. Sam's steadfast loyalty to Jason, her courage, and her strength as a mother have earned Carly's admiration. Losing Sam would leave Carly with a profound guilt, a reminder of her own struggles with mortality and motherhood. Carly would reflect on their complex dynamic, on the way she might have pushed Sam or underestimated her. Her guilt might stem from her fierce protectiveness over Jason, wondering if her interference or expectations ever put Sam in harm's way. Carly might find herself in a position she never anticipated, mourning Sam as a sister in arms, feeling the ache of her absence as acutely as her own losses. This disaster would leave a void in Port Charles, each character feeling its weight uniquely. Whether they find themselves burdened with guilt, driven to honor Sam's legacy, or pushed to avenge her loss, their journeys will paint a tapestry of heartbreak, redemption, and the struggle to cope with a tragedy that feels all too real. In General Hospital, loss has a way of reshaping lives, and as these 6 mourners struggle to navigate life without Sam, the ripple effects are bound to stir up new alliances, fierce confrontations, and emotional revelations, each taking a step down a path they never anticipated, forever changed by the memory of Sam McCall.